folks, welcome back to the Fight Station. Just a quick one. I spoke in an earlier video, the one about Adrian Broner and Don King. Eddie Hearn's name inevitably rose in the conversation, and I said how he's not very well liked amongst promoters in America. Obviously, the Leonard Ellerby stuff is well documented. Al Heyman just point blank doesn't work with Eddie Hearn, and De La Hoya, even though they're on the same broadcasting network in DAZN, that they've even had run-ins before. And funny, after that video went up, I seen quotes from De La Hoya, who's taking another pop at Hearn, surrounding the Canelo and John Ryder fight. So we'll just read the quote here now. Oscar De La Hoya said, "It seems like he's regressing," he being Canelo. "It seems like he's All right, folks, welcome back to the Fight Station. Now, All right, folks, welcome back to the Fight Station. Just a quick video. In the video earlier, the video on Adrian Broner signing with Don King, I mentioned how Eddie Hearn wasn't particularly well liked amongst the promoters in America. Obviously, the goings on with Leonard Ellerby have been well documented. Al Heyman just point blank refuses to work with him, and Oscar De La Hoya, who, even though they share the same broadcaster in DAZN, they've even had a couple of words back and forth. And just after I put that video up, I've seen some quotes from De La Hoya that's reignited the ill feeling that was sown a while ago. So I'll just read out what De La Hoya had to say. So on the Canelo Alvarez John Ryder fight, which was announced earlier this week, he said, "It seems like he's regressing inside the ring. He's regressing in terms of opponents. He's fighting all these British fighters and it does nothing to his legacy. He needs to step up and fight tough opposition." So it only took a matter of hours for Eddie to get his response in. And he said he needs to look at his own matchmaking, he being Oscar De La Hoya, particularly Jaime Munguia. Absolutely horrific and embarrassing. If you want to look at Canelo's resume and criticize, you're a complete idiot. So I'd imagine there will be an update from Oscar in due course, but just a quick word, my thoughts. I mean, you can say what you want about Eddie Hearn, but it's hard to disagree here. You know, Canelo's gone. Callum Smith for the Ring Magazine and WBA, I want to say, WBA title Smith had, maybe WBC. Then he's gone Saunders, Caleb Plant. You know what I mean? He's red up, clean sweep, world champion, world champion, world champion. Obviously, Anvi Yildirim sandwiched in there, and then he's gone Dimitri Bivol, who De La Hoya criticised at the time, criticised Hearn for putting him in such a tough fight, and he's got his mandatory now, WBO interim world champion John Ryder. So, especially when you factor in the level of fighter that Jaime Munguia has been fighting, he fought that Argentinian fella who I'd never heard of last time, Jimmy Kelly, who, I mean, he's a decent British level fighter, but, for this next Mexican superstar to be fighting, and he's had like 40 odd fights, it's fairly underwhelming. So in my opinion, maybe it's just my UK bias coming through, it's hard to disagree with Eddie Hearn here. I think British fight fans will tell you John Ryder's a decent fighter. He probably should have beat Callum Smith, who I don't think anyone was complaining about Canelo fighting. Maybe got a bit fortunate in the Danny Jacobs fight, I have to say. I think I did have Danny Jacobs winning that, but it was a close fight. And then I suppose a slight error of fortune in the Zach Parker fight. It was stopped very early due to an injury to Parker, but I think Ryder would have won that fight regardless. So a more than fair opponent, and particularly the fact that it's a mandatory. I don't really see what the argument is. I can understand why fans in America want to see Canelo fight your Jamal Charlos, your David Benavidez's, but this is, he wants to remain undisputed at super middleweight, and this is a fight to do that, and hopefully we can still see those fights down the line. So that's basically my thoughts on it, folks. Let me know what you think. If you disagree, if you think John Ryder's a bum, a club fighter, let me know in the comments. Be sure to like the video if you've made it this far, subscribe to the Fight Station, and I'll catch you soon. Thanks.